Where to begin? How about the purple mohawk haircut, the sequin jackets, flash cars and the personal polo team? That's Dazza, Darryn Lyons to his mum, but his victims call him Mr. Paparazzi, the boy from Geelong who's made millions snooping on the stars. You can thank or blame Dazza for a lot of those celebrity pics you see in the gossip magazines every week. No one's safe from his cameras. Not Britney, not Brad and Angelina, not even Princess Diana. Just last week he was the star attraction at the inquest into her death. Why? Well, he's the one with those secret photos taken at the crash scene. The Hunted and the Hunters. Celebrities and paparazzi.
My God, those elbows. Are they for real?
It's never been a more explosive
Guys, you're gonna get hurt! Don't you understand?
or dangerous
Yeah, he hit me. Yeah, what? Who filmed it? Who filmed it? He hit and saw it.
or profitable mix.
Don't become famous. Don't become a celebrity if you can't deal with what it's all about. You spend your life promoting yourself, right? So just to have another camera shoved in front of you shouldn't make a difference.
At the top of this pile sits the king of the paparazzi, Australian Darryn Lyons.
Amy Whitehouse is on the way to the gym.
42-year-old Lyons owns the world's biggest photo agency. If you want a picture of a celebrity, Darren's got it. And if he hasn't, one of his 800 paparazzi had better get it.
Find out what's going on. We want her inside there. Oi! Have we got the pictures exclusive or not this morning? What do you mean you'll f***ing find out? You should f***ing know.
The man who calls himself Mr. Paparazzi has built an empire from exposing the private lives of the world's public faces.
They act their life. It is a full script, their life. I mean, some of them are completely stark raving, barking mad. You know, they also live false lives. Hollywood is full of infidelity. It is full of being married and being gay at the same time. Get over it. Why can't they just be real? Why can't they be real? Because real doesn't sell. What's going on with Kylie?
Covering her in London, we got pictures over the weekend.
This is the Lyons Den, London headquarters of his company Big Pictures, where 4,000 images arrive daily from around the world.
The speed of when I take a picture, or my staff or photographers around the world take a picture today, I've got it on every newspaper picture desk within 3 minutes of it being taken.
A constant stream of sex, cellulite and secrets.
Who's he shagging?
A skinny girl from Hong Kong.
And it seems nothing is off limits.
Bikinis on beach is where it's at. And topless is even better.
And we can't get enough of it. For every picture taken, there are hundreds of magazines and millions of readers willing to pay.
It's aspirational. If Kate Moss has got it, the girls are going to want it. If Sienna Miller's wearing that hat, they're going to want it. I see it all day long. I saw it. I saw that there's an aspiration about we want to be someone we're not. And I took advantage of that situation. Supply, demand. Don't shoot the messenger.
Lyons came to London 22 years ago with $500 in his pocket. He got a job as a news photographer on Fleet Street the day he arrived. He soon found himself covering the war in Bosnia. You admit that this was a very seductive feeling, being in a war zone and having that adrenaline rush. So why did you step into the world of celebrity?
Not a lot of difference. There is the same rush. The difference is it's dollar signs. You know, when you're seeing, Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie for the first time on that beach and you've got a lens looking down at it and you're thinking, here's $1 million. It's a pretty good feeling. it's you know that this is the biggest story in the world. It's far more important than war. That's the world we live in. I'm really upset we got beaten on Kylie. I mean, Mel just said that they'll probably go for anywhere between £30,000 and £50,000 today.
10 years ago, Darryn and his wife Mel started up Big Pictures. Today, Darryn and Mel are divorced, but their business is worth close to $100 million.
Not that, please.
Are you surprised he's turned into a celebrity?
I'm not quite sure. You're just the boy from Geelong to me.
Mr. Paparazzi is now a global brand. He has his own fashion designer who's just flown in from France,
Caution, Mr. Pap.
Oh, they're cool.
And the jeans.
a hairdresser who devises that special look. In Australia, we wouldn't be allowed to feed you.
No, I know.
The dangerous species from Australia.
Endangered species is absolutely correct.
A personal trainer to knock him into shape.
2, 3.
And a collection of flash cars to annoy the hell out of his posh neighbours.
Who needs Monaco when you got Kensington? Hi Thomas, how you doing?
How are you?
Off to Polo. I'm well, thanks.
Yup, you heard it right. Dazza's off to the polo. Like you're about to go out to battle.
Yeah. Well, it probably was a form of battle at some stage.
Yeah, exactly.
And believe me, the way I play, it still is.
It's the sport of royalty. And believe it or not, Darryn owns his own polo team.
Coming in, Darryn. Darryn shoots. Darryn. He catches the air.
It should be enemy territory. And yet, surprisingly, the polo set seems to love him. Maybe because, like everything else, he's giving it all he's got.
A few celebrities will like seeing that footage, I've got to tell you.
This is the Geelong main street. It's always been the main street, huh?
It has. There used to be trams running up and down here.
Back where it all began, the working class streets of his hometown of Geelong.
Leo. Brother.
And Dazza looks a bit like Elvis on a bad hair day. But he is every inch a celebrity, right down to having his own shock horror battle with sex, drugs and rock and roll, and now a tell-all book about it.
I had the party lifestyle that most people dream of. It was unbelievable. It was amazing. Some of it I can't remember, but, you know, I'm told it was a bloody good time.
How are your parents going to deal with the night that you were in bed with 12 women?
Oh, well, you know, I don't know. How are they going to deal with it? My mum will have a laugh, I think.
Let's just check with Mum Lorraine on that. Have you read his book?
No, but I'm scared about it. I'm really, feel a bit anxious about it because he has said, Mum, you're not going to like this.
Yeah, no, I just didn't know whether Darryn had prepared you.
Oh, is this about all the women in the bed?
Oh,
that wouldn't surprise Mum,
okay.
would it?
Probably not, no.
No.
Would it surprise you if it was 12?
Wow, that's a huge number.
Having declared his own failings, you won't find any sympathy from Mr. Paparazzi when it comes to his celebrity targets. Even one as relentlessly pursued as Britney Spears.
We can't get enough. But you know what? It's not a bad thing. What would you rather wake up in the morning to? Someone hanging from a tree? Or would you rather wake up over your cornflakes and, see Britney Spears is shaving her head tomorrow? I mean, I think there's a certain amount of cartoon strip going on here as well.
Indeed, we may wake up and find that Britney has done the unthinkable. I mean, what is your responsibility in that?
Britney Spears, it's not just celebrity. This is a massive news story. Tell me the last time you saw anyone in the world taken to hospital. I've never seen a Prime Minister or Head of State taken to hospital with 4 outriders and a cavalcade as long as a football pitch, as long as the MCG, with 2 helicopters. It's a performance.
Does it not concern you that it's an unhealthy industry if this is what it leads to?
Of course it's unhealthy for Britney Spears. She's a complete nutter.
But we haven't contributed to her illness through this constant media exposure?
But she's obsessed with it. She loves it. You can't really just turn around and switch that off whenever you like. Do you think that's right?
It's an argument we've heard before, when Princess Diana was the biggest paparazzi target of all.
She was the golden goose, Diana. When it came to celebrity photographs, when it came to royal pictures, she was the number one in the world. She was, everywhere you looked, there was mega money to be made. I mean, I'm just not talking thousands, I'm talking tens, if not hundreds of thousands, for exclusive images. She played the game. She played the media game. And she wanted the attention.
10 years ago, the paparazzi, and in particular Darryn Lyons, were called to account over the death of Princess Diana. As he told the inquest into her death last week, Darryn's photographers sent him pictures of Diana in the wreckage within minutes of the crash. It was a world exclusive that would never be published. What can you tell me about those pictures?
The pictures, in retrospect, were very angelic, actually. She had a small little cut above her eye, and she had a little bit of blood here, but she was up against the back of the car.
Will you ever sell them?
No, of course not.
Never?
No.
What will you do with them?
They're in safe places. I don't know. They're in a safe place.
Today, celebrity is bigger news than ever. And for Darryn, the biggest windfall so far came thanks to the breakdown of Jennifer Aniston's marriage to Brad Pitt.
You're a f***ing legend! Get it up! That's huge. Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie. Oh, sensational.
Dad, send someone from Morocco.
That tip-off gave Big Pictures a world exclusive. The first pictures of Brad with his new love, Angelina Jolie.
We're auctioning at the moment. I've already had a very big offer from the National Enquirer, and Us Magazine are coming back to me in 5 minutes.
It was $1 million day for Darryn, selling the pictures to every country in the world. And then there's Posh and Bex. When David Beckham was caught cheating with the nanny, Rebecca Lewis, it was Darryn who got the first pictures. Then got the interview.
Right, here we are with the lovely Rebecca Lewis after all her David Beckham situations, etc., etc., etc.
And then got the girl. Hey, I didn't know that you dated Rebecca Lewis.
Well, I wouldn't call it dating.
Or just slept with her.
Yeah, I suppose you could say that. Rebecca and I kind of hooked up. It was one of those very drunken nights, I think, is the best way to describe it. She travels to France occasionally.
For Darryn, it's all been a pretty wild ride. Say what you like about him, but for all his extravagance and contradictions, he's still just a lad from Geelong.
I'd be happy in the back of a mini moke, to be quite honest with you. But I've worked bloody hard for it, and make the most of it while you can, because it may not be there tomorrow.
Drive on, Thomas.
Giddy up.
This is what they've done to me.
Coming up.
They enjoy it.
I'll probably have 30 beers today.
Something happens at midnight. I can't understand it still.
That's next on 60 Minutes.